Hey guys, what's going on? This is going to be a really quick video um, that somebody had requested that, hey, I'm a member at this course. The data, for the course is like a year old or 2 years or 3 years, and it's different now, right? So bunkers move, they get bigger, whatever the case, the shape changes, so he wanted to know how you do that. Well, when you're talking about moving stuff, all right, the Lidar data that's pulled in is a result of, bear with me 1 second here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. This is like an impromptu thing here, so just bear with me. Now, here's the course that I showed him how to bring in. All right. Highland Meadows Golf Club. It's out in Sylvania, Ohio, I believe. And what we're doing is we want to figure out how to move a bunker. So let me do one thing here. Multitasking here just for a second. Okay. So anyway, so we could pretty much um, look at this course. All right. And there's a couple things we can do with bunkers. One, the easy ones. Sometimes when you go into open street, you let's see. Let me take a look at this one. All right. So I'm looking at this one. See how he's got one, two, three, four, five bunkers around here, right? If you look at this one, we've got one, two, three bunkers. So what happened there? Well, what happened was the splines mixed in, all right, together, and they formed one big bunker, which is no good, right? So what we can do is you want to highlight some of the splines here, like this one, and let's see here, spline point. We're going to delete it, and we're going to delete the waypoint, not the path. All right. And then we're going to go to another one here. Do the same thing. 7. Delete the waypoint. And we just need to keep deleting them until they stop joining. So 7. I use keyboard, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right. You can see how it's slowly starting to sink and turn into actually two bunkers. So then I'm going to start working on a couple there. And voila. All right. So you have to delete the splines. The same thing goes over here, right? So we just need to start deleting these splines. And there you go. All right. And then you can also, if you choose, you can move your splines and make it a little more realistic, but they're actually pretty close if you look at the maps, this here. I mean, that's pretty damn close. That's why they joined together. All right. So just to show you that quick thing there to clean those up. Now, what he was concerned about is the Lidar data, right? So the Lidar data is only as recent as it is. I mean, it could be 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. It could be a year old. All right. But in a lot of nice private courses like this one, they'll make a lot of changes and they may remove bunkers, they may add bunkers someplace else on the hole. But I don't know the changes. I don't know the course. Only he will know this. So all we need to do is we can just look at this course and just, I don't know, let's say, here, well, yeah, we'll work with this one, right? So he's got two bunkers on this and say they moved them, changed them. All right. Right now, the LiDAR data is perfect for this bunker. The contouring is perfect. All right. But if he knows the size of the bunker, the new one, all right, he can use the measuring tool, all right, which is here. Now, say he knows that they took this bunker and they moved it out over here, or they extended it out further on each side. All right. And he knows also that, like we can measure this bunker. This bunker is, it's 10.8 yards. All right. Right now. All right. So it's 10, 11 yards. Let's assume that he knows at his course, they've now extended this to a 30-yard bunker to make it come into play more for other people, right? So obviously, if we extend, we're gonna have to delete the splining here. All right. So what you can do is highlight one of these, hit I use the keyboard. So some guys use controllers. I can't stand it. So highlight one of those splines, 7, delete, except this time instead of saying delete the waypoint like I did before, I'm going to say delete the path. Okay. And it's gone now. All right. So now we have the bunker where it's supposed to be. You can see by the elevation around there, right? Well, that's obviously of no use now because they've changed the bunkering. So what we need to do is sculpt the land. We'll flatten it, and to keep it somewhat natural, all right, we'll choose page 4, top left, fuzzy brush. All right, and I extend it out, and we'll just smooth this out a little bit. All right, that's better. All right, so we're going to start out with a flat plot of land where we want that bunker. Now, we know that other bunker's gone. You can see the marker there, and we no longer need that particular marker. So we're going to get rid of it. Or I mean, I guess we could keep it, but um, it's not going to do us any good because they've changed the size of the bunker. So we're going to clear all. Yep. Goodbye. All right. So let's assume that this bunker is now going to be, and again, you can use, you know, Google Earth if you chose to. Here's the same hole. All right. And don't ask me how to. It's so funny trying to move this around instead of TGC 2019. But let's assume that he knows the measurements from the tee box. So you could go from there and he's going to say, all right, I know from the beginning of the bunker, the new one, it's going to be right there. All right. And I can look there and I can change this to yards. So I could say, all right, I know it's going to be 212 yards out. All right. I could do the same thing again, right? I can go here, 212 yards out. All right. There's one marker. So I know that's where the bunker is going to begin. And then say I know that this bunker's 31 yards from front to back. So I can go there and say here. Okay. And then I know that the ends of the bunkers are whatever, 15. All right. Just to give an idea, or 10, so we're going to go out here 5 approximately. All right. 5, 5. And again, I don't know the course. I don't know the hole he's working on. All right. But let's assume that's the general size of the bunker. Then what I normally do, you can use shapes or you can use splines. All right. So what we'll do, say I know that it's going to go, let's see, for bunkers, let's use shapes. All right. Let's create a bunker and use a brush. All right. And again, I don't know the size of the shape of the green or the bunker. So I'm just going to pick one and I can start with that shape, right? So just say I know that it's going to go there and it's going to curve around and go there. All right. And then if you choose, you can use the same brush, make it smaller and, tweak these little corner areas here if you chose to, whatever the shape of it is. Okay. So once you get the general shape of the bunker that you're looking for, you're going to have it here. You know the size is good. All right. And you're just going to have to screw around with the edges to make sure that it's good. It's giving me that error. I can't figure it out. Hey, Austin. Um, yeah, well, sometimes get lidar projection. Yeah, I actually I did a tutorial on that 2 days ago, dude. So if you go here, you go into my YouTube channel, look in videos. All right, I did one right here. Mm, I believe it's this one. Lidar troubleshooting. All 3 of these courses here, they had the same problem you did. So they splined out the whole course, blah, 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 looked great. They tried to get it in Chad's tool. No. Okay. Watch that video. Okay. And that'll show you exactly what to do. All right. Can you click on that link or no? Let me put it in this one. Here, let me put this here. Can you click on that one? I would suggest watching that. That'll show you exactly how to fix your problem because these were 3 other guys that had the same problem. All right. But back to this thing. So right now we have the new bunker. All right. And again, I use shapes to create bunkers. And you can use any of these shapes and you'll get used to them. You can try different ones, see how they work. All right. You can spin them around. Like, say you wanted to clean it up, like this edge over here. You can just hit that and you can see what it does, right? And you can just clean this up. All right. But just assume that that's the shape we're looking for. All right. Now what we have to do, because the bunker now is completely trashed, right? It's not it's flat. There's no it's not deep at all. So I don't like that. So brush, whoops. So I'm going to sculpt my land. I'm going to flatten page 4, fuzzy brush, and make this small. And I drop that down about 7 inches. And I go around and I hit the edge of the bunker. You can see how far away from the edge I really am. You don't want to go out too far. All right. And then I go down and start working in. All right. Now we should have a little bit of depth for our bunker. There it is. All right. And that's how you're going to create a new bunker. So if you want it deeper than that, or yeah, it's supposed to be a deeper bunker, by all means, just, go in here and make it deeper. You can make this as deep as you want. Hey, Voodoo, what's up, buddy? So, yeah, one of the guys was, yeah. So one of the guys, he's doing that Highland Meadows Golf Club. He's a member over at that club. It looks like a nice course. Um, that was the one that he had. It was trashed. This one, where they had to, apparently what happened, the LPGA had a tournament here, and they reversed the tee boxes. When I say the tee boxes, the holes. So what used to be hole number 1 is now hole number 9 or 10, whatever. You know what I mean? Back. So, and they added this driving range and all that. That's why um, everything changed so drastically in Open Street. When I went in here and first looked at it, and the guy splined it with uh, Esri, I think. Not the one. I forget. No, it was this one. So the guy splined out the whole course with this. And then the LPGA came in. So this imagery is really old, as you could see, because they don't even have the driving range that they put in. So as soon as you go to Bing, boom, now you have this big ass driving range that they put in for the LPGA tournament. So yeah, Adam, I think it is too. I mean, sometimes, like I tell everybody, if you can get away and use the Bing and you actually have decent imagery, which this does, this is freaking awesome, actually, to use it, because then the elevations are going to be good. And that's what this guy's talking about. Um, he where was that? So whatever. I mean, here's the course he was doing. I showed him how to get the water in. I did that one show last year, the last one. But he's like, "Hey, there's new bunkers and they changed and blah blah blah. How do I do that?" And I told him, that's what this is about. That you're going to have to, and I'm sure there's no imagery anywhere, even in Google Earth, that's going to show you these new bunkers, because if the bunker was made 2 months ago, Not even Google Earth, you know, has recent data that recent, right? So, ironically, here's this one. That's how old this is. It's just being constructed. Look at this, the driving range. They didn't even have it built yet. So, but I did tell him that, if he knows where the bunker's supposed to be and he knows how far out from the tee box it's supposed to start and end, or um, I also showed him a problem with these bunkers like these. When this imported from Open Street, this became one big bunker. So I showed him how to break the splines so that bunkers came back into being three bunkers, right? And it all depends. So, and that's most of the time what they change with bunkers is or excuse me, when they enhance the course, they may change bunkers, remove them, add them different places, and all that stuff. So, who are you talking about? Me, Voodoo, or Adam, or what? I know Adam's working on a fantasy course, right? I mean, I have one course, and I think I'm done with this little tutorial here. So I hopefully he'll watch this and get the gist of it. And he's got to learn what the measuring tool is in here. And I use shapes for bunkers, but you can use splines, which I guess I can show him how to do that. I can create an object, whoops, a surface, a bunker. Instead of choosing brush, you can use splines. And here's what I like to do if I'm doing splines. Let me show you this guy here. I use the measuring tool this way, and I'll just put it over here. So say I want to create a bunker. I choose my measuring tool and I start splining it and get the proper shape that I want. All right, that's it. So now when I go back into splining, to this actual creation of the spline, I can use shapes too, but for the sake of argument here, it's just going to be create a surface, a bunker, a spline, and then the bunker's always going. You want to keep the yellow line or the square, should I say, inside, because if you don't, then it's going to be much bigger. And so the answer is yes. If you're not, you can mess around with the brush, the shapes like I do. Okay. Or you can use the splines and generate it. And voila, now you have a bunker. So you can use splines, but I always like to use markers first just to make sure that I have it right, especially for size. If I know I want the size to be a specific width, you never want bunkers too big, and I use the measuring tool for greens too. All right, so that's it for this. Now, as far as my courses, you know what? I've got so many out here that I started, and I just don't have any freaking motivation. One course I would love to do, and Adam, I don't know if somebody's done this yet or not. Um, it's let's see. Okay, I thought I marked it. Hmm. So here's the course I'd like to do. It's Arcadia Bluff. But didn't somebody do that? Did somebody do that? So here's my issue with this one. Somebody had splined it already. All right. And I don't know if I started to respline it or whatever, but I think I have it in here. Yeah, here's Arcadia. So I brought it in and I just couldn't get. I think I resplined the first two holes or something like that because I never do the whole course just to see what the LiDAR data is like. And you can see here, like these bunkers. I don't know where the hell they're at. Um, are they supposed to be on the side of the hill here? You know, but I mean, I'm looking at the bunker and I'm looking at the LiDAR and they're totally different from each other. So once you start scrolling with that, you know, then you're going into, and I think I spent probably an hour. See, because you can look here. There's an area here for a bunker. There's an area here for a bunker, which means I'd have to push this whole bunker up here, which is huge. It's a lot of like 3 yards. So I don't know. I mean, I would like to do the course, but the and the bitches is that some of the stuff lines up. So if I move the bunkers, if I shift all the terrain to line stuff up, then, these are waste bunkers. I'm not too worried about them. I can just flatten them. But, some of the stuff lines up and then some of it doesn't. That's a freaking problem. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. If it's, so if I go into Chad's tool and look at Arcadia Bluff, and I'm going to get rid of this, let it regenerate. Yeah, I mean, because I'd love to do the course. Take the template. Now, the LiDAR should be already processed. Let's see what we get out of the box. I forget, it's just frustrating. And there's a lot of LiDAR data there. It's 2015. I mean, so it's not like it's really ancient. But let's see what we get here. So, Voodoo, I would say that, if I can, all right, so out of the box, let's look at this. So it looks like it's okay without touching anything here and shifting it at all. Um, let's see what we get here. Courses. Do I even have an Arcadia Bluff? I do. So let's overwrite that. Hey, Dwayne, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm just over on the YouTube channel. There's a lot of Lidar questions that I get on how to fix stuff, and why isn't my course showing up? Even though I spent 8 hours splining the course, now I can't get it into Chad's tool. You know, so I showed him how to change the EPSG or at least find it, and then you got to test it. So this guy in particular was asking about bunkers. He's a member at a nice course, and he's like, "Oh, these bunkers don't show up correctly in Bing or Google Maps." And I'm like, "Well, you got to design the bunkers by hand." And I showed him how to do that. And then Voodoo, ironically, just saying, "Hey, you doing any courses?" Because I haven't done one in like, I don't know, 3 months. Um, and I have a couple courses that I started the spline, and it was either I just lost interest completely, or like this one, I would love to do Arcadia Bluff since one has not been done correctly, but I'm starting to find out why it hasn't been done correctly because it's pretty bad. The lidar data doesn't line up. So what's that? Yeah, I haven't done any ever since they changed the name of Augusta. I'm like, well, how many other real courses are they going to destroy too? So I'm like, screw it, I'm not doing them. But so if I look at this, let's see. So like hole number one, I mean, I'm looking at the sand, and I double checked the splining in Open Street. I don't know if do I have it open here? I do. And if I look at Arcadia Bluff on Blue, excuse me, on Blue Golf, yeah, no, well, that's it. That's what I tell everybody is that you never, ever, ever spline an entire course. Somebody already splined this course when I found it. That's the problem. So somebody went in here, splined everything, all the bunkers, everything. So out of the box, I imported it just to see what happened with it. And let's see, Google imagery. Look at that. They don't even have that sucks. So I don't even know what hole one is. I have to rely on this guy knowing the course. Um, so like this is hole number one. So if I go back here, that's not hole number one. So I don't know where the hell. I guess it could be. There's that round bunker, but it doesn't matter what hole this is. All I'm looking at is the LiDAR data and see if it's even close to being accurate. And Adam, you're saying, yeah, so if I go around and I look at these bunkers throughout the course, and here's a good indicator right here. A pop bunker in the middle of the fairway is a good indicator. All right. Now, could it be like that where the lip is much higher in the front? It could be. I don't know this course, you know, like the ball rolls in and rolls back off of this big ass lip here. Or does that, to me, I look at that and go, okay, this needs to go, looking at this gauge here, that needs to go south and move this bunker down here. So southeast maybe. Yeah, southeast. This needs to come down here. So if I say, okay, let's try that, and I go actually and try to do that, and I say, all right, how much do I want to move it southeast? Well, let's measure it. I mean, I probably want to move it down 2 yards to bring that lip down there. So if I do that, 2 yards is what? It's like 2.5 meters. And I want to move it what now? South? Oh, get the hell out of there. Where's my compass? So I want to go southeast 2.5 meters. So let's try it. So south is going to be a negative number. And east is going to be a positive number. Whoops. Yeah, your other positive there. All right, so I'm going to move both of them down about 2.5. So they'll come down evenly down. So let's see what we get. We'll exit out of here. And we'll go back in here. And let's switch it. And I tend to like to use this one, this fine shift and west, instead of using the one on the main page. Seems like it's more accurate. Eat cheese. What's up, man? So let's see what we get here. Let's see if that one bunker actually looks better now that we re-imported into the golf club. And where is my other headset? Just in case, because I heard battery low. Shut up. Battery low. Hey Dave, what's up, man? All right, so preview. All right, let's see if that bunker's any better than what it was. So let's export this and see what we get. Replace that. And let's see if we actually get anything here. So where was that bunker? That bunker, well, that looks like it right there. Is that it? Is that the one? Looks like it. Or was it that one? Nah, it wasn't that one. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look at this one. You know, I mean, I guess instead of screwing with it too much, I guess I could just flatten the suckers, right? I don't know. Because you almost have to work with the Lidar, right? Well, that's the problem. I mean, if we look at, what do you mean, through Google Earth? I mean, you can see right there, that bunker right there. But see, I'm finding out, like with Open Street, that even though you spline it correctly, if you look at it, you know what, Adam, when it gets to the point of having to go to 15 different websites and start seeing pictures of different holes and spending 15, 20 hours just looking at bunkers and trying to figure out the contouring, I'm moving on to another course, because it's not worth it to me. I mean, this course doesn't give me a tingle up my leg that I just have to do this one, um, come hell or high water, and I want to get it perfect. It's not like, um, congressional, or, a couple of the other ones that I really took the time. Riviera. All right, there's specific ones. Now this one, it would be great, to do it, but I'm not going to spend. I mean, Blue Golf doesn't even have um, the freaking course right here. The only thing they have is the single holes, or do they? Hold on. Okay, cool. Here it is. So, like, here's Blue Golf. They were just constructing this bunker on hole number one. So, how the hell are you going to get an accurate representation of it in the golf club? So here's the hole, right? And it looks like he splined this. I don't know what the hell he did. He tried to create rough around here, which you can't do it this way. So I might as well just get rid of that. I don't know what the hell he did here. Holy shit. All right, whatever. Anyway, and that's the other problem, is you're starting to deal. Um, but you can see, I mean, I don't know what the hell he did here. Holy God, man. I have no clue what this is. He's got, I have no clue what this is. And that's what I'm saying. You start dealing with somebody else's mess, you're pretty much just deleting the whole freaking course and redesigning it, you know? Just get rid of everything and respline it and see what we get. So, this one, for example, is a no-go because they're still designing it in Blue Golf. Google Earth, I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. I mean, here's Google. Look at this. They're just completely redoing everything around the course. I don't even know. Is that the one? Is there more than one Arcadia Bluff? Where the hell's the yeah, I didn't think that town. It's Arcadia, Michigan. All right. And again, you can see with their imagery, look, it's the same exact imagery as Bing. They're just redoing that bunker right now. So it's probably the same year. That shoots that out of the water. So we don't know what this bunker is supposed to look like. All you can do is go by the Lidar data, which is 2015 on this one. Yeah, 2015. So if they've made any changes, which obviously they have, to this course in the last 4 years, the LiDAR data is not going to line up. I mean, ironically, this bunker right now in Open Street looks pretty good. And that one looks pretty good too. It's fitting in these areas, lining up. Might have to sink them down a bit. Yeah, and clean them up. But that's what I'm saying. If they line up, then I'll start working on the course. But if the bunkers are so far off that it's a joke, see, you can tell the splining in Open Street just didn't extend out. So in that case, it's like, all right, that I can do. I can go in with my brush and just clean it up. Is knowing, I mean, I can see where it's supposed to go, but the splines, and I'm noticing that with the different elevations, if you have bunkers that are, you know, completely on an area that's very uneven, it does look like crap and it cuts the splines out. So, what's that? Adam, which one? Click the button with the arrow at the top. You talking about the 3D? Yeah, I'm on Google Earth right now. Where are you talking? Right. It's so funny trying to spin around because I'm so used to spinning in 2019, and then you try to same thing on here, and it's like forget it. What, this thing? So this is supposed to be 2018, and that's supposed to be hole number one. So if you go back to 2015, which is the LiDAR data I have, there it is. And there's that bunker. It's a pretty damn deep bunker, too. Look at that sucker. That's huge. So this is the LiDAR data I have, 2015. So it's like, do I want to really spend the time, and especially with as much bunkering as there, you know, that there is on this course? It's just, I mean, I'd have to go and just clean every single bunker. Pretty much what I did over at Pine Valley. So, yeah, I know. Like I said, this is out of the box, and it's pretty, you know, it looks pretty accurate, and it is very deep, and that shows really deep. What do the splines look like for that one? Well, I ripped them out, but if I put them back in, he's he had this whole thing spline crap. So let me redo it. Ironically, here we go again, right? So if I use Bing, Bing sucks with the imagery. It's blurry. I can't stand it. Now you can see why these guys are using the Esri. But, if we use that, and like I tell all the guys, you know, I'll just do a green. Whoops, bitch. I hate when it does that. I'll do one hole with some bunkers and see how they line up. And if they line up, great. If they don't, question is, do I want to spend the time? So I don't know. It's like I'm just going to put that one bunker in there. I'm going to run it through Chad's tool here, and let's see what we get that one bunker to do. You saw that I splined it correctly. Get the, just get out of here. All right. So if we open up Chad's tool again, where the fuck is it? It's over on my other screen. Okay. Um, so let's just try running this again. Actually, I'm going to clean this out. And again, anytime I want to get a clean pack, I'll just delete this folder. So it has to recreate it. Because if you don't and you make any changes like in here, then it gets all screwed up. So 0.0, 0.0. Everything's checked. We should be good to go. Tutorial, yep. Oops. That was a fail on my end. All right, let's kill this. Let's try going in again. And let's start from scratch. Golf course, Acadia Bluff. Yep. Import course, the template. And now it recreated that folder that unpacked. So we're starting from scratch. If you don't do that, then anytime you change these and then you try to zero it out again, it ain't happening. So, whoops. All right, so let's run this. I made that one bunker. Let's see if that one bunker lines up now. Yeah, I know. And you can hear me all right? Because I know my headset was saying low battery. It's like, yeah, well, how low is it? Just let me know if you see my lips moving and nothing coming out. You know, I'm not that quiet. All right, complete preview. There it is. In this Arcadia Bluffs. Export that bad boy. Overwrite that. Yep. Yeah, I mean, but the bunkers are important. I think they're the most important part of the course. So if the bunkers don't line up with the lidar, I'm moving on to another course because if I can't shift it around and get it right, because I think I did. I think I spent like an hour and a half just trying to find, shifting it 2 degrees and then moving it up a meter and over that. It's like, oh my god. And then I'd get that one lined up, go look in the course somewhere else, and that bunker was completely off. So it's like, when do you say enough's enough? I might as well do a fantasy course if I'm going to just have to move every freaking bunker and sink it down. And all right, so hole one is gone, but that bunker should be there. Where's that bunker? Is that the one? Um, where the hell is it? This is not number. Okay. I don't see that bunker. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the bunker. So out of the box. All right. Looks pretty good, actually. But if that line, oh, I know. Well, that's because he didn't know how to do the rough. He didn't know how to do the rough, so I ripped all this out. You're talking about this. This one I may actually get away with. But, back to this course, it's, I mean, I guess that bunker I could work with. But what do the other ones look like? It's, I guess, I don't know how clean these bunkers are supposed to be. Right there, I can see it. Look at it. Look how far down this bunker is and where it should be based on this lip. Here's the lip right there. So it's supposed to be, and this is what I was running into. So, like this one, if I put my compass in here, right, that sucker's got to come up northeast big time to fit into that. Look how far off that is. Here's the bunker right here. And look where the hell the bunker is. This is why I gave up on this Arcadia Bluff, because it was so off. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is pathetic. So the problem is, if I get this one moved, so if I go east, I would have to go southeast. All right, and that's still what on hole one. All right, so we'll do that one, right? So I'll say, okay, you win. That one's way the hell off. So now I'm going to go back into Chad's tool, and I'm going to shift it southeast. And it was right. Is what? Right click on it and then hit move. Oh, you talking about in Open Street? Oh, look at this. Look how far off it is. Didn't I just spline that? Oh, no, I didn't. He splined this. Oh, boy. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Look how far off this sucker is. I didn't even look at the bunker. I thought I deleted everything on this hole. Cinnamon bitch. All right. Yeah, I thought I deleted it and recreated it. I did not do that one. Okay, so that looks better. Let's see what we get with Chad's tool now. And again, I just clean it out. Get rid of this freaking unpack folder. Goodbye. Select the course directory, start over. Grab my, where are we at here? Import my template again so it overwrites it. And let's try it again. Yeah, that's correct. But the secret is if you can get one hole, or at least, well, maybe try two, and you can get the bunkers lined up on two holes, then you're golden and you can go ahead and spline the rest of the course. But you also have to make note of what the hell you changed for these elevations for the shift for the shifting. All right, so preview. That's great. Export the course again. Get rid of that. Let's see if there's two bunkers. Right. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna when you design a course you're gonna do this, but this is an extreme circumstance here because the lidar data does not line up properly. So let's see if it lines up at least with two bunkers on the same freaking hole. All right, there's our one there. Here's the one we just worked on. And it's way the hell off. Still. You can see that it's up here. And it's way up on that edge. That edge almost looks normal. I mean, I guess it could be a deep bunker there, but I would have to go in and fricking go and do this for every bunker. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'd have to go in here, friggin' make it smaller and say, okay, I can see the bunker's supposed to be right in here. Clean it up, you know, and that kind of crap. And as many bunkers as there are on this frickin' course. I mean, look at this one. Look how far off it is here. Oh, you know why? Because again, he probably didn't move it. I didn't move it. I thought I deleted them all. I didn't. But yeah, look how far off he is here. So, it's just new version of what? 3.0's is Chad's tool. Oh yeah, I'm overwriting it. Yeah, you're talking about. Yeah, this was because of this not being splined. And again, you know, I don't know how accurate this is. So, like this one, I lined it up and I'm using what? Esri Clarity Beta. And I think he used whoever it was that did this course. No, he didn't. That one's way the hell off too. That's Bing. So what the hell did he use? He didn't use that. Okay. So he did use Esri, or did he? That looks about right. Mapbox. He could have used Mapbox too. But and that's the other thing, Adam, I noticed. Like if you hone in, it changes the splines, the spline placements, depending on the elevation you're on. So yeah, this was just too much freaking work. Now, the one thing I never did quite understand with OpenStreet is this. When you can change, I know you can move this around. You know, like if somebody else uses a different tool, you can move this and line it up, you know, with the stuff. But the question is, these numbers that come down here, do you put those in to Chad's tool? I mean, what the hell are these two numbers here? You know what I mean? I don't know. You can see there's a big ass lip in the front of this one. And that's the thing. When you import it from OpenStreet and you have that number on there, this number down here, does that affect the import of the course file? Or is it just for viewing purposes while you're working on it here? You know, I don't know. So, like right there, I just changed all my stuff based on this number down here. So, let's get out of there. And then I'm going to call it a night. So, let's go back in here, get rid of this. Select the course directory. We're not going to switch anything. And this is going to be the last one. Because all we've done is 3 bunkers. If we can't get 3 bunkers lined up after all that time to move on. Maybe this is why I stopped designing. I think I started looking at a couple of courses. I got too pissed off and said, nah, we're done. And like Adam said, maybe I'll just go in here and delete Arcadia Bluff ahead of time. All right, let's give it one more shot. With this on the which one? Well, too little, too late now. But which one are you talking about? This one? Here's number 1. Here's 2, 3, and 4. So out of the box. Okay, now check that out. So I think we learned something tonight, Adam. If you, okay, that's what it is. Look how far off that. Remember, this bunker was lined up fairly decent. Now it's way off. Yeah. All right. So now we know. Yeah, this is even worse than before. All right. So that's the key. If you edit this course in, well, no, I did Bing, didn't I? Or did I? No, I was on Esri. I give up. I'm too tired. Now it's way the hell off with Esri, Bing. I lined it up with Bing, but we had this number down here, which completely threw it off. All right, it's just getting late now. So anyway, the whole purpose of this anyway was the bunkers for him to create, not worrying about Arcadia Bluff. Maybe once I'm a little more awake, maybe I'll take a look at this again. or Adam, if you want to do it tonight and just publish it tomorrow, that'd be great. All right, guys. So, but thanks for stopping by, and I don't know if it's possible, but have a good Monday. See you guys.